Greetings and welcome. This short video looks at perhaps not the most useful way to create a clustered bar chart. The method used in the video uses a clustered bar chart's chart data range text box on the Select Data Source window. While this method is cumbersome to use, it does provide an option to select either rows or columns of data not adjacent to each other. Another video in this series explores this topic in a little bit more detail. So let's get started with creating a clustered bar chart using the Select Data Source window by creating an empty chart. Click somewhere outside the dataset. In this example, let's click cell E15. 2. On the ribbon, click the Insert tab. 3. On the Insert ribbon, click the Column Chart button. The reason for choosing this option is that Microsoft places the bar charts on the Column Chart menu. Observe that Excel divides the column chart menu into 4 sections: 2D column, 3D column, 2D bar, and 3D bar. The clustered bar chart is in the 2D bar section of the menu. 4. On the column chart menu, click the clustered bar chart. A blank clustered bar chart appears on the worksheet. If the chart is blocking your view of the dataset, then move it away from the dataset. For this demonstration, let's move the chart below and to the left of the dataset by dragging it there. 5. Click somewhere on the worksheet to deselect the chart. In this example, let's click cell H15 to deselect the chart. Now that there's a blank chart on the worksheet, let's add some data to it. One. If the blank chart is not selected, then click the blank chart. In our example, the chart is not selected, so let's click it. On the ribbon on the right side, 2 new tabs appear underneath Chart Tools, the Design tab and the Format tab. 2. On the ribbon, locate the Design tab. 3. On the ribbon, click the Design tab. 4. On the Design ribbon, locate the Select Data button. 5. On the Design ribbon, click the Select Data button. The Select Data Source Dialog Box appears. 6. Locate the Chart Data Range text box. Notice on the right side of the text box a downward pointing arrow with a line underneath it. This button is the Collapse button and allows us to select the data for the chart using the mouse. 7. On the Select Data Source window, click the Collapse button. The dialog box disappears. Observe on the far right side of the Collapse dialog box the blue downward pointing arrow under a line. This button is the Expand button. Let's select the cells A1 to D2 and A4 to D4. 8. Using the mouse, select the cells A1 to D2. The next set of cells, A4 to D4, is not adjacent to the cell range A1 to D2, so we need to learn a little trick to select this range of cells. 9. In the Chart Range text box, using the keyboard, type a comma. The comma tells Excel that the next range of cells is not adjacent to the previous range of cells. 10. Using the mouse again, select A4 to D4. 11. On the far side of the Collapse Select Data Source dialog box, click the Expand button. The Select Data Source dialog box returns to its normal size. 12. Click the OK button. The chart appears on the worksheet, drawing its data from 2 different parts of the dataset, the first row of data and the third row of data. The technique of creating a chart using the Select Data Source dialog box is very useful for the situation where the data for the chart is not adjacent. The process is a bit more time-consuming, but the extra work may be worth the ability to select non-adjacent data. The next video in the series looks at selecting the data for a bar chart using the keyboard, then creating a chart using the keyboard. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. Until the next video, best wishes.